They didn't do what they were supposed to do.
I want to move on.
And these people...
Now we want to move on. Harris, move on.
...moment in the history of our country. And by the way, that's why Russia attacked Ukraine. Because they saw how incompetent she
They saw the
and her
botched
boss
Afghanistan withdrawal. Absolutely.
Look at this. Look at her. Oh, you're unbelievable.
Mr. President,
McMaster said that just last week. That's why Russia invaded Ukraine.
Oh, here we go. Now it's about her. Okay, this
now
is...
She wants to be known as black. I want to ask a bigger
just
picture
a beat-up
question
session on him.
I mean, honestly, I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people.
Oh, please. The race baiters and the Democrats, please.
As opposed to, if you ain't black, you're not voting for me.
Well, never mind that. This is a woman who encouraged the BLM riots, said they should keep rioting, that they were going to keep rioting.
How Donald Trump started. He was land, he owned buildings.
I think she's run out of her prepared lines. We're about to go into word salad territory.
He refused to rent property to black families.
Oh,
well, no, it shouldn't be rent. Oh, Jesus.
Who took out a full-page ad in the
But
New
what
York
we're not
Times.
hearing from, so we've had every question from the Democrat perspective. Have we had a single question about Kamala Harris? You have said Donald Trump is a threat to democracy. You have said he is...
Do you stand by calling him a Nazi, etc., etc.?
You've said he's a white supremacist, is this, is that. He was almost assassinated. He came within a few millimetres of being shot in the head. He was shot in the ear. Do you retract those comments? Do you regret that sort of dangerous
ramping up
rhetoric
the temperature 100%.
that led to an assassination attempt that killed an innocent man? No. Do we have that? Has there been a word about Corey, the firefighter who was murdered at that rally?
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden. And I am certainly
but
not
you are
Donald
his vice
Trump.
president, and you were the last person in the room, and you literally have cut and paste things onto onto your policy page, and you've said that you're going to implement most, if not all, of his things like tax policy. You can't have it both ways, where you turn around and say, okay, we all know physically, mentally, she is a different human being, but she is the co-pilot of the plane. And her plan is to keep flying in the same direction, which 60% of people say is the wrong direction.
And let's not forget, she was the woman who, up until 5 minutes ago, absolutely denied there was any cognitive decline with Biden, said he was mentally fit, sharp, hard worker, all the lies. Where are the questions about that? Kamala Harris, you claim this. You claimed this about Biden. Do you now acknowledge that you misled the American people about the president's mental state? No.
Correct.
No questions at all that are from a Republican perspective or a critical perspective. Everything is from a Democrat talking point. I mean, really, you might as just have AOC sitting there and... I don't know, it's Chuck Schumer asking the questions.
Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away, so stop with the continuous lying.
You said mandatory gun buyback.
As it relates to the Affordable Care Act, understand...
Now she's a gun owner. I'm telling you, she's going to be showing up on a pickup truck with a MAGA hat soon. I mean, she is just completely abandoning...
I'm a gun
This is what Bernie Sanders was talking about. She's just saying whatever needs to be said to try to appeal to that middle ground. And then once she's in power, the real Kamala emerges.
100%.
He lost manufacturing jobs. And I'm also
because of a pandemic.
Because your governors closed down factories. Again, where is the fact check from the moderators on that? Where is it? Well, actually, there was this stay-at-home orders. There were factory
meteor
closures.
hitting the world, but they're making it seem like he was doing all right, and then he just flipped the table.
And let's not forget, the Democrats all said Trump was reckless in not going far enough as far as closing down the economy because he wanted things to get back to normal way quicker than some of the medical experts were recommending.
Here again, David Muir and Lindsay Davis.
Who are biased.
Welcome back tonight. The time has come for closing statements, and Vice President Harris.
I would like to see these two retire at the end of this in disgrace.
Tonight, two
but they'll be very proud of their work.
Visions for our country.
No, you
One
haven't.
that is focused on the future, and the other that is focused on the past. and an attempt to take us backward.
Come on.
But we're not going back. And I do believe
the line
that
from
the
the
American
DNC.
people know
We're
we
not
all
going
have so much
back.
more
Because that
common
just really
than
produced that
separates
big
us.
poll
And we can
surge,
chart
didn't it?
A new way forward. And a
A
vision
new
of
way
that
forward. What?
includes
Different from
having
the
a
12 of the
plan,
last 16 years when you've been in
understanding the
power?
aspirations, the dreams, the hopes, the ambition. of
Dreams,
the American
ambitions,
people.
hopes, they're all the same thing pretty much.
Correct, but we're
good
just
sort of-
shoving
this is
positive.
Just adjectives together.
Bring
Well, they
down the
don't
cost of living. It went up under you.
up, it exploded. I don't think Australians realise, because our cost of living has gone up.
It was 9%. Inflation is real. Every time I go to Vegas, I lose more each time.
That's
each
not
and
the
every
same
time.
thing. I tell you, inflation, I think there needs to be a bloody inquiry into how they set
not
that
putting
rate, the basket
themselves
of goods they
first.
use, because
I intend to be a president for all Americans.
Except the ones who don't vote for you, who you think are racist, sexist,
yeah, the ones
men,
who
Christians.
actually pine for a better time.
She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about.
Fantastic.
Why
This is the
done
best
it?
bit of his. This
She
is his
should leave
best
right
bit.
now. And maybe toughest of all is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
Boom. Mic drop.
She was the most unpopular vice president in history.
These two. Bye. Go away. Enough.
I want to forget your names again. Who are they? I forgot. I don't want to know. They are absolutely a disgrace to their profession, a disgrace to... it's fine to be commentators. What we're doing here right now is commentating, sharing opinions. But when you've got a role as a moderator, it is absolutely essential that you behave fairly, that you are unbiased, that you treat both candidates the same. That is not what's happened. Not even close. They didn't even pretend, Paul. Not even pretend.
Look, this debate was all about Trump's the problem, Harris is the solution, and they gave her an opportunity to basically make that point over and over again.
Every question was from that perspective.
Every lie that she says, they don't pick up. So frustrating.